Breaking news, former Trump advisor Michael Caputo says he will not cooperate with the House Judiciary Committee. He was on that list of people and entities getting letters. 2-week deadline for information. Says no way. Joining me now, Democratic Congressman David Cicilline of Rhode Island, who sits on the House Judiciary and Foreign Affairs Committees. And I appreciate your time, Congressman. Michael Caputo says he's not going to cooperate with the request for information from your committee. What will you do?
Well, I think with respect to all of the document requests that we've made, we intend to get the materials that we need to conduct our oversight. We sent out correspondence requesting these documents, particularly documents that have already been furnished to either the special counsel or the Southern District of New York. To the extent that individuals refuse to provide those documents, we obviously have other mechanisms, including a subpoena, to force the production of the documents. But we have oversight responsibility, and that is contingent on our ability to collect information, to collect evidence, both documents and testimony, and we intend to do that. It's an important responsibility we have. We expect most of the witnesses will cooperate and produce the documents, but to the extent that we have to use court process or subpoena we will do it.
All right, so Caputo told the Washington Post that he's already begun coordinating with 4 other Trump associates who received requests from the committee, and they're going to be working on some sort of a joint strategy to resist requests. They think it's a perjury trap. What do you say to that when they say you're just trying to impeach the president?
Well, look, these investigations, which really center around 3 principal areas: corruption, obstruction of justice, and abuse of power. They involve a whole range of activities of this administration that we have a responsibility to conduct oversight for. That's one of the duties that the Constitution requires us to engage in. The Republicans have refused to do it for the last 2 years. We have a 500-page document with all of the times we attempted to persuade them to conduct oversight. They never did it, so I understand this may feel new, but this is the responsibility of the Judiciary Committee, and we intend to do it. And witnesses, if they testify truthfully and produce documents as requested, won't run into a perjury trap. Just tell the truth. But, simply to say because the president was the subject of a special counsel investigation that the Judiciary Committee is precluded from investigating anything else is an absurdity. We have a number of serious allegations that have been made, and we have a responsibility to find the truth and reveal the facts to the American people.
There is more new reporting at this hour, Congressman, and that is that President Trump pressured staff to grant his daughter Ivanka, not just his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, but his daughter Ivanka, a security clearance. Your reaction?
Well, this is very, very disturbing. We should remember that a security clearance is required before some of the most secret information can be shared with an individual that is essential to protecting the security of the American people and of our country. And so you want to be sure that before information is shared that that person has been vetted and that they can't be compromised, that they don't have some other reason that they might be willing to share that information with someone they shouldn't. So this is important to protecting our country. The president has a right to order someone to get a security clearance, but you have to wonder when the CIA, the FBI, and the intelligence community raised objections, the president overruled those objections and then lied about it. That's of great concern.
When our understanding at CNN here is that the concerns about Ivanka Trump's security clearance were separate from those raised about her husband, which of course, concerned, as we've reported, the fears of manipulation by, 4 specific countries, among other issues. Do you have any sense as to why they were worried? What was their hesitation on Ivanka Trump?
I don't know that. I think one of the things that we will certainly attempt to learn by both requesting documents and bringing witnesses before the Judiciary Committee is to find out what their concerns were, because these are central to our ability to defend our country from threats and from terrorism and from all kinds of dangers, is to protect the sharing of confidential and highly classified information.
So is she going to be added to your list, Congressman? Because she wasn't on it. I was surprised. Both of his sons were on the list, but of the initial list of 81 people and entities, Ivanka Trump's name wasn't on there.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember this is our first round of document requests. I expect we will have additional requests that will go out. We haven't generated those yet. We'll certainly look at the materials we get to make determinations as to other individuals that should be the subject of document requests.
Before we go, I want to ask you about your colleague, Congresswoman Maxine Waters. She said today, she had actually an extensive tweet rant, one of which she said, "For the faint of heart, who've been waiting for every T to be crossed and every I to be dotted, now is the time to demonstrate your patriotism. Support impeachment, exclamation point." Do you support it?
Look, Chairwoman Waters has been very clear about her view on this for a very long time. I think it's particularly important for the members of the Judiciary Committee to make sure that we are gathering all of the facts before we proceed with an impeachment. Obviously, there are a number of things which are of tremendous concern to me, to the public, and to members of our committee.
But you are not there yet. The facts are not there yet as far as you see them.
I think there is lots of evidence. We have one opportunity to proceed with an impeachment proceeding, so I think it's very important before we do that we have all the evidence, all the facts, and we're just at the beginning of gathering that information through the document request. You know, the special counsel has been at work for 2 years. We're just starting our oversight responsibilities, but we're going to get to it as quickly as we can to get the facts so we can make determinations to how we proceed from here.
All right. As you say, just at the beginning. All right. Congressman Cicilline, thanks for your time tonight.
My pleasure.